They say there's only one person out there for each of us. One heart, one match. The one, they make it sound so simple, as if love were a single path waiting to be walked by two people at the same time, hand in hand, step by step. But love is anything but simple. Love doesn't walk a straight line. Sometimes it wanders, it loops back, it stays in places we thought we left behind. And sometimes, just sometimes, it splits. Mine did. I don't think I realized it at first. I didn't notice when my heart started speaking in two voices, because I didn't fall in love with two people at the same time. No, it happened across years, across lifetimes, but it felt like they were both here in the same room, in the same silence, in me. Eli was the first. The kind of love that makes you forget what life felt like before him. I met him when I was 19, college, communication class. We were paired together for a final project, and he showed up late on day one, completely unbothered. He had this boyish smile, one dimple, a backpack full of clutter, and a cup of coffee he clearly stole from the library kiosk. I looked at him and thought, this guy's trouble, and I was right, but not in the way I feared. He wasn't the storm, he was the eye of it. He didn't knock me off my feet. He held me steady when everything else threatened to. It didn't take long before we became us, the kind of love that grows through small things. We had movie marathons in dorm lounges. He wrote little jokes on my notes when I wasn't looking. I made sandwich, and he always made fun of how bad it tasted, but still finished the it. We didn't say I love you right away. We didn't need to. I felt it in the way he looked at me during rainy afternoons, the way he remembered how I took my coffee, sweet, with barely any bitterness, the way he kissed my forehead like it was the only language he knew. I think everyone expected us to end up together. We were solid, unshakable, consistent. He didn't need to make big gestures. He was always just there. When I was tired from class, he was there. When I got my first job and cried from stress, he was there. When my grandmother died and I couldn't speak at the funeral, he just held my hand the entire time. Didn't let go, not once. That's the kind of love Eli gave, not the kind that sparkled and burned, the kind that endured. He gave me a necklace once, silver, simple, a small compass hanging from a thin chain. So you'll never get lost, he said, grinning. Back to where? I asked. Back to me, he replied. I laughed. But something about that stayed with me. We didn't have a proposal, but we had plans. We had ideas of a future that felt steady and real. Maybe a wedding in a few years, a tiny apartment in the city, a dog named Tofu or Bacon. We couldn't decide. I never imagined I'd have to imagine any of it. Alone. Then came Noah. Years later, at a time when I thought I was done with surprises. I was 28, working in corporate marketing, mostly buried in campaigns, deadlines, and decaf coffee I hated but kept drinking anyway. Noah was brought in as a consultant. Regional team, temporary post. From the moment he walked in, he messed up my structure. He pointed out flaws in my pitch deck during our first meeting. Said I played it too safe. I smiled, professional, but cold. And you think you're here to fix me? No, he said, amused. Just here to challenge you. I didn't like him, not at first. Too sharp, too observant, too awake. But then he started bringing me coffee in the mornings, started showing up early to help prep materials no one asked him to, started asking about things outside of work, things like, when's the last time you painted? Why do you always touch your necklace when you're nervous? Who's the smile for when you think no one's watching? He was curious and kind and quietly persistent. He didn't storm in. He simply stayed. I found myself laughing again. Not the kind of laugh you force when people expect it from you, but the laugh that surprises you because you didn't realize you needed it. I hated that it felt good. Because inside me, there was still Eli, still here, still present, still part of me like my own shadow. I never told Noah, not at first. He thought there was someone else. I saw it in the way he hesitated sometimes when we were close. Once, after a long work dinner, he asked quietly, Cam, are you holding space for someone else? I looked at him, froze. I wanted to lie, but my heart couldn't. No, I said, not anymore. And it was the truth, just not the whole truth, because Eli, he wasn't alive, but he wasn't gone either. He existed in memories I kept replaying like favorite songs. He existed in the silence between Noah's sentences, in the way I pulled back when Noah reached for my hand too quickly, in the way I checked my phone late at night, knowing no one was messaging, but hoping to feel something familiar in the glow of the screen. Eli died 5 years ago. He had a headache. He said it was nothing, told me to stop worrying, that he just needed to sleep. I told him to go to the clinic. He promised he would, tomorrow. But tomorrow didn't come. Aneurysm, sudden, unforgiving. His sister called me that morning. I remember every word, but mostly the silence after. It was loud, deafening, forever. I didn't get to say goodbye, didn't get to hold his hand one last time, didn't get to hear him say, "You're okay, you'll be okay," so I wasn't. Not for a long time. I became good at pretending, smiling, working, functioning, but I was paused. Grief turned time into a loop. Noah didn't know that, at least not yet. And then one night, it was raining, the kind of rain that makes the city quiet. He brought me burgers, same kind Eli used to bring when I worked late. He sat on my couch, quiet, watching me, like he knew, and I finally told him. He died 5 years ago. His name was Eli. Noah didn't speak, didn't look away, didn't flinch. He just said, "Thank you for telling me," and then he stayed. He didn't ask for more. He didn't ask to replace. He just loved me where I was. He held the pieces I wasn't ready to put back together. And in time, he became part of me too. I'll never forget Eli, that kind of love you don't forget. He was my first home, my first compass. But Noah is the one I choose now. Not because Eli wasn't enough, but because grief taught me that love doesn't die with someone. Sometimes it finds a way back in a different form, with different hands, with someone who whispers, "I'll wait, take your time," and means it. I love Noah. I love him with everything I have left, everything I've reclaimed, everything I've rebuilt. And when I say I love you now, I say it for real, not from memory, but from now. Because the truth is this, some hearts don't belong to just one person. Some hearts are big enough for memory and for tomorrow. And mine holds 2 names, one I remember, one I wake up next to, and both are love.